Back with another album review. We're going to do another Foo Fighters review today. That being said, today's review is on Medium Rare. This compilation album consisting of covers that was released on April 16th, 2011 on Roswell Records and distributed by RCA Records. It was released to coincide with Record Store Day in 2011 and was released as a limited edition vinyl. The CD version, as you can see here, was given to new subscribers of Q Magazine for free. However, this is a used copy that I imported from Belgium via Discogs. There are copies for sale on eBay and Discogs, but they're not cheap. CD copies are hard to come by unless you look on Discogs. As for vinyl copies, those can go for hundreds of dollars. You find a copy on CD like I did, and it's going to cost a lot less than the vinyl version. It's just that it won't be cheap. Anyways, the majority of the songs in question previously appeared as B-sides or on compilations. However, two in particular were previously unreleased until this album came out. We'll get back to this later. With that out of the way, let's talk about the songs. This album starts with Band on the Run. This is a cover of the song by Paul McCartney and Wings. I've listened to the original version countless times, and Foo Fighters knocked out of the park with this cover. The cover was recorded in 2004, but it wasn't released until October 1st, 2007, when it was included on the Radio 1 established 1967 compilation. After that is I Feel Free, which is a cover of the song by the band Cream. I already talked about the song in the previous review that I made, and I mentioned that it was a B-side on DOA single. We followed up with A Life of Illusion, which is a Joe Walsh cover. The track was previously released on the Times Like These single in 2003. It was followed up by Young Man Blues, which is a cover of a song by Mose Allison. This cover was performed live on September 28th, 2008 at Austin City Limits in Austin, Texas. Next song is Bad Reputation, which is a Thin Lizzy cover. This cover was actually recorded in 2011. Up next is Darling Nikki, which is Prince and the Revolution cover. This cover previously appeared on the Have It All single in 2003. However, this cover is not on the CD version of this album, as you can see. Next up is Down in the Park, which is a Tubeway Army cover. The song was recorded in '96 and first appeared on the soundtrack Songs in the Key of X, music from and inspired by the X-Files. It later appeared on the UK version of the Monkey Wrench single the following year. It's also one of two songs on this album to have William Goldsmith on drums. And what comes next is Baker Street, which is a Jerry Rafferty cover. This cover was recorded live at the BBC Radio 1 evening session on April 30th, 1997. It is later released as a B-side on the My Hero single the following year. Up next is Danny Says, which is a Ramones cover. This cover previously appeared as a B-side on the All My Life single in 2002. The song stands out by being the only one on this album to have Greg Bissonette on drums. Next up is Have a Cigar, which is a Pink Floyd cover. What's interesting is that the song features Brian May on lead guitar. This cover first appeared on the Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack back in 2000. We followed up with Never Talking to You Again, which is a Husker Du cover. This was performed live at the Colorline Arena in Hamburg, Germany on December 1st, 2002. It was released as a B-side on the Low single the following year. It was followed up by Gas Chamber, which is an Angry Samoans cover. This was recorded live at the BBC Radio 1 evening session on November 23rd, 1995. It was later released as a B-side on the Big Me single the following year, and the Rock Against Bush Volume 2 compilation in 2004. It's also the second and final song on this album to have William Goldsmith on drums. This album ends with This'll Be Our Year, which is a cover of a song by The Zombies. This cover was not officially released until 2011. It also stands out by being the only song on this album to feature Rami Jaffee on the keyboards, though he didn't become an official member of Foo Fighters until 2017. When doing my research, I read this album peaked at number 51 on the Dutch Top 100 albums, number 24 on the U.S. Top Hard Rock albums, and number 17 on the U.S. Top Tastemaker albums. I later looked at what people said about this album. It has a 4.4 out of 5 on Discogs, almost a perfect score on Amazon UK, and a perfect score on Rock Vinyl Revival. As for my opinion, I think this is a really good album. Foo Fighters knocked out of the park with each of these covers, and they are one of the best bands of the modern era. I strongly recommend this album, and see if you can track down a copy. Now's the part where I question you. Have you listened to Medium Rare? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? Do you think this album should have had a wider release? What other songs do you think Foo Fighters should have covered? Let me know in the comments. If you like the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify future uploads. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video.